Very good evening. Nifty and Bank Nifty are pulling each other apart. Not only pulling each other apart, there is something very interesting data on the Nifty option chain. Let's find out what's the interesting data and how, when the Nifty and Bank Nifty are pulling each other apart, how do we place our trade for tomorrow? Let's look into Nifty chart first. Nifty today there was a gap up. No doubts, there was a gap up first on 15-minute chart. If you see, there was a gap up today, and this gap should be acting as support for tomorrow. So the gap low is around 19,370 on the spot chart, and the higher side of the gap is around 19,400. So basically 300 400 to 350 is a very strong support for Nifty. uh, and if you look at RSI is finding support at RSI 40 levels, which is a healthy sign on 15-minute chart. That means the setup looks pretty bullish. Not only that, see, this was a resistance area. Now this was a resistance area. Last time when we saw market touching 19,500, we saw a decent cool off towards 19,300. Now the second time market test 19,500. Now this cool off, if this cool off sustains above 19,400 to 370, this will be a higher low within the sideways action. Basically, if market sustains above 400 350, this has a higher probability of market testing one more time 19,500, some consolidation, and finally a breakout above 19,500. So for 19,500 to be taken out, I want Nifty to sustain about 350 to 400 levels. RSA looks pretty decent, and there was a last 1 or 2 hours there was a sell off in both Nifty and Bank Nifty. So, last candle which we saw towards the closing time, last half an hour, there was some recovery because we bounced off from this gap support on Nifty. So 350, 400 if it is held, we might see one more push towards 19,500 tomorrow, especially if market sustains above 19,450 by any chance tomorrow. We will have 19,500 definitely be challenged at least once. Why I'm saying this is because from the options data, look at Nifty options data, though there was some sell off from 19,500 levels today, uh, the overall option data looks pretty bullish. We have writing at 19,400 about 38 lakhs, to 300 about 22 lakhs. So 300 is definitely a very strong support for this expiry. 400 there has been a good amount of put rating. In terms of calls, there has been an unwinding at 19,400. So almost about 50 lakhs unwinding we saw, 14 lakhs unwinding we saw. So basically call it as our unwinding today. 450 also there is some unwinding. 500 little bit of rating is seen, almost 36 lakhs. That is the active open interest built up on the call side, 19,500. But when it comes to puts, 22 at 300, 38 at 400, 450 is 33 lakh. This is almost at the money put rating. If you compare 450 strike alone, put versus call, put is 33 and call is minus 2 lakh. So 450 is most likely to be tested at least once tomorrow. If 450 sustains, look at this interesting option chain. This 19,000 is an in the money put rating because markets closing around 19,439 today. This becomes an in the money put rating. 50 lakhs open interest has been taken home, which is in the money put rating. So basically, if market sustains above 450, we might see 500 getting challenged at least tomorrow. And we have CPI data of US today, so let's see how inflation would pan out, because that inflation would probably further lead Fed to increase their interest rate. So that is one news which I have to, which you and me have to keep in mind. But otherwise, the option data looks pretty bullish. 350 400 becomes very strong support area. Sustained, we will see 450. 450 sustains, we will see 500 and above. Most likely, this expiry. So we will keep our eyes on 400 and 450 for tomorrow. So Nifty pretty much looks pretty bullish to me. Whereas on the other hand, Bank Nifty is struggling. So we could probably explain Bank Nifty weakness towards HDFC, Axis Bank, and other couple of banks which are showing weakness. But Nifty, Reliance Industries is doing pretty well. I think if you followed me on Twitter, there was a tweet 3 4 days back on Reliance Industry. There was a very nice setup. You may have to dig into that and see why I was saying Reliance would probably support Nifty. Having said that, if you look at Bank Nifty, this was a high, came down, rally. This high was lower than this. Again, market came down. There was a third high which was lower than the previous one. Today's gap up, but this was unable to get back above this. So we are consecutively seeing lower high structure and an hourly chart of Bank Nifty, which is not a healthy sign. Maybe HDFC Bank and other banks are looking weaker. So what I'm saying is, as long as the market doesn't get above this area, which is 45,200, Bank Nifty has to be traded from a bearish to sideways view. Not extremely bearish, but more or less sideways with a slightly bearish bias is what I would probably think of. Not aggressively buying, taking taking put positions or aggressively shorting future. No, that is not the way, because more or less the markets are more or less sideways with a slightly bearish bias is what I am probably looking at. Not extremely bearish. It is a slight correction is what I am seeing. As far as the structure and hourly chart is concerned, along with that, if you look at 15-minute charts, see, 15-minute charts, not only 15-minute charts, if you see the most important option data per se on Bank Nifty, there's something straddle being written at 45,000. See, 45,000 is the highest call open interest, which was 46 lakh yesterday. Today it is 68 lakh. So there's a rating at 45,000 call. Put 45,000 puts, we had 26 lakh open interest positions. Today it is 33 lakh. So rating is seen at 45,000 call and 45,000 put. But the rating on the call side is little higher compared to put side. So basically 45,000 will be the resistance area from the data. Technically 45,200. So 45,000 becomes resistance 1, 45,200 becomes resistance 2. If 45,000 doesn't break, then this market would probably lean towards 44,500. So we have to see for how whether 45,000 will be challenged or not. If 45,000 is not challenged, lean towards 45,000 to 44,500 range on Bank Nifty. Any bullish bet on Bank Nifty will be definitely above 45,200 only, because we have seen lot of struggle to break 45,200. We have seen consecutive lower highs in the market. So basically, Bank Nifty will have to go with slightly bearish to sideways view. Nifty on the other side, it is a bullish view, and we have to keep in mind there is an in the money call rating, sorry, put rating on Nifty at 19,500 levels. So this is the gist of the story for tomorrow. Nifty looks bullish. 350 is the gap support, which is a support one. 300 is the ultimate support. So we have support one, support to sort it out. Setup looks bullish as long as it stays above 19,300, which goes without saying. Notice 19,500 in the money put rating. This suggests that market might attempt to break 500 provided it sustains above 450. So most likely we will see 500 at least challenged once, provided 450 is sustained. That we will see tomorrow. Bank Nifty struggles to cross 45,200, so that is a resistance one. Resistance two. Resistance one is 45,000 from the option data. If 45,000 is not broken, lean towards 44,500. Bullish only above 45,200. So these are the levels where you have to be little more concerned about, right? So let's see how the markets behave tomorrow with this divided views on Nifty and Bank Nifty, along with CPI data expected from US, right? Thank you so much for watching, and keep following us on all the social media so that you don't miss updates from us, and you that will help you align yourself with the right direction. Thank you so much. Bye bye.